Okay, welcome to the False Light Podcast. This one's been on my heart for a while because I think it cuts through a lot of the confusion out there. You know how people talk about truth like it's totally subjective? Like, that's true for you, but not for me. Well, that sounds nice, but it collapses under the weight of reality. At some point, we have to deal with the fact that truth actually matters. And not just in a vague, abstract way. I'm talking about ultimate reality, what we believe about life, death, meaning, God, all of it. So in this episode, I want to break down something a lot of people never think about. There are really only 7 possible worldviews. 7. That's it. Every religion, every spiritual claim, every belief system, it all falls under one of these 7. And once you see them laid out, something becomes really clear. They all can't be true. In fact, they can't even all be false. One of them has to be real. Let's walk through them. Number 1, atheism. There is no God. This is the worldview that says we're all just a cosmic accident. No design, no creator, no purpose. Just time, matter, and chance. But here's the problem. If your thoughts are just the product of brain chemistry, then your belief in atheism isn't true or false. It's just chemicals reacting. That's like asking if a can of Coke is right or wrong. A worldview that cancels its own ability to make truth claims, that's self-defeating. Number 2, pantheism. All is God. Now this one sounds spiritual. Nature is God. The universe is God. You are God. But if everything is God, then so is cancer, so is abuse, so is evil. If God is everything, then nothing is sacred because evil is just as divine as good. That's not just confusing, it's dangerous. Number 3, panentheism. God is in all things and beyond. Now this one's like a remix of pantheism. People say God is the universe, but also more than the universe. Sounds deep, but if God is in evil, does that make him part of it? If he's beyond evil but allows it to live inside him, what kind of God is that? It's a worldview that tries to have it both ways and ends up with neither. Number 4, deism. God made the world, then walked away. This was popular with the Enlightenment crowd. God made the universe like a watchmaker and then dipped. But think about that. A God powerful enough to create DNA, black holes, and then just ghosts the world he made? That doesn't match the evidence of design we see in nature or the longing we all feel for meaning and connection. Number 5, polytheism. There are many gods. Whether it's ancient Greece, modern Hinduism, or Marvel movies, this worldview says there's a God for everything. But how does that work? Who created those gods? Who's in charge when they clash? A worldview with multiple ultimate authorities breaks down fast. It's chaos dressed up in divine robes. Number 6, finite godism. There is a God, but he's limited. Some say, yeah, there's a God, but he's not all powerful. He's trying. Let me just say this. A God who wants to stop evil, but can't, isn't God. That kind of God might be nice, but he's not worthy of worship. He can't save you. He can't even help himself. Number 7, theism. One personal God created everything and rules it. This is where Christianity, Judaism, and Islam land. One personal God, distinct from his creation, actively involved in human history. But even here, we have to ask which version is true, because only one says God stepped into time, took on flesh, died, rose. Only one offers grace, not performance. Only one calls himself the truth, not a truth. That's not narrow-minded. That's clarity. Now here's where it gets real. You've seen that bumper sticker, Coexist? It's cute, right? All the symbols mashed into one word, a little cross, a crescent moon, a Star of David, a peace sign. The message is, can't we all just get along? And look, I'm not against kindness or peace, but let's be honest, these religions contradict each other at the deepest level. Islam denies the deity of Christ. Christianity hinges on it. Atheism says there's nothing beyond the material. Hinduism says everything is spiritual. These aren't just different paths to the same place. They're going in opposite directions. So when someone says, let's coexist, what they usually mean is, let's just pretend none of this matters. But it does matter. Eternity matters. Truth matters. Okay, let me land this plane. Once you lay these 7 worldviews out on the table, here's what hits you. They can't all be true because they contradict each other. And they can't all be false because they exhaust the logical options. One of them has to be real. And the one that matches what we see in the world, the one that doesn't collapse on itself, the one that doesn't just make sense but offers hope, is the one that says truth isn't just a concept, it's a person. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. That either makes him a liar, a lunatic, or Lord. But let's think this through. Was he a liar? Okay, maybe he knew he wasn't God, but said it anyway. Maybe he was just trying to start a movement. Well, liars lie to gain something. Money, power, pleasure, influence. What did Jesus get? Betrayed, beaten, tortured, nailed to a cross. And even while dying, he forgave the ones who did it. That's not the heart of a deceiver. And if he was lying, why did his closest followers die for it? People don't die for what they know is a lie. Was he a lunatic? All right, what if he really believed he was God, but was just crazy? But lunatics don't give the world the most profound teachings in history. They don't walk in perfect love and wisdom. They don't face death with poise and forgive their executioners. Jesus wasn't raving, he was razor sharp. Even his enemies said, no one ever spoke like this man. Was he just a legend? Some say maybe the stories got exaggerated over time. Well, the earliest Christian writings, the ones closest to the events, already declare him as divine. The resurrection wasn't added later. It was the explosive claim that started it all. If it wasn't true, all they had to do was produce the body. But they couldn't, because he rose. So what are we left with? Not a liar, not a lunatic, not a legend. The only option left, the only one that actually explains the evidence, is the one most people try to avoid. He really is Lord. And if he's Lord, that changes everything. All right, that's it for now. If this hit home or made you think, do me a favor. Share it with someone who's still sorting through this stuff. And hey, if you haven't yet, tap that like button and hit subscribe. Just helps get this out to more people who need to hear it. Thanks for being here with me, and I'll catch you next time.